heeling is when you rope the steer's feet. Your header's going to go up there, rope, dally, he's going to turn the steer off. Basically, I am going to stay on the right side of the steer, and then when the steer gets turned, I'm going to be swinging my rope. And when I enter, basically when the turn is a corner, the header is going to turn the steer to the left, 90 degrees per se. And I'm going to turn that 90-degree turn, and I'm going to go from the right side through the turn. I'm going to go to the left side of the steer. So when that steer gets turned, I'm kind of going to turn. I'm going to wait for that steer's hips to turn before I go in. I don't want to get cut off by the steer. Come in like to the side of the steer. Basically, I'm going to turn. When the steer gets turned, I'm going to kind of turn with him. And I'm going to come in behind the steer to the right of the steer, but I want to be back a little bit. I don't want to be way, like this is the steer. I don't want to be way up here, because then when I make the turn, I got to go from the right hand side and get back to the left of the steer. And the reason why I want to be on the left hand side of the steer, because most of the time most people are right-handed. So if I was right-handed roping on the left and the right hand side of the steer, I got to think, here's my horse's head, here's his chest. I basically got to rope either like under, I got to get under, I got to look under my horse's head this way, and that is not what you want to do. So basically make it easy. We want to make everything we do easy. So when I come out of the heel box, I'm kind of back behind the steer a little bit. When the steer turns, I'm going to pick my rope up, and I'm going to point my loop, my rope, have it pointed to his feet. So when I go down the arena, I pick my rope up. As you can tell, I am pointed to the steer's feet. As I come around the turn, I'm on his left-hand side, which I roped a leg right there. But if I'm right-handed, I can put the steer on the right-hand side of me, where I can see everything. I can see the steer. I don't have to look around my horse. I can look down and I can see feet. There are left-handed ropers out there. If I was left-handed, I would want to be on the right-hand side. Just when I take my rope, I'm not left-handed, so I probably look weird. I take my rope and everything's on my left-hand side. But I'm going to go ahead and say 99% of ropers out there are probably right-handed. So we're going to teach right-handed. So pick my rope up, walk to the left-hand side of the steer, his legs, and okay, now we'll go on and teach you more about delivery, but that's just the basics where I want to rope at. I want to rope to the left-hand side of the steer because I'm right-handed, and this is where I want to be when I practice, even on steers, like even live steers, farther back, closer up, but I always want to be right here. Now, team roping is a timed event. Roping one leg, if I come around there and I rope one leg, that is a +5. That is a penalty. So if I'm 10 flat on my run, I'm going to be +5 would be 15. Roping 2 feet is no penalty. It is, if you're 10 flat, you're 10 flat. You're 9.5, you're 9.5. So I'm going to swing my rope, have my tip. So like, say like this is the steer's legs, here's going to be the steer's back. I want to take my rope, put it like that where my rope's going right over, right? Like, So basically it's coming over right here. That's his back. I want my tip going over that steer's back. And basically my swing is kind of like heading. I want it up, but not so much wrist action. I want to rotate my wrist, but not like really turn it over. I want to just lift, like take my elbow, lift it up, and basically just push it out, turn, like not really a roll, but more just bring it out here. And just like heading, your index is your top strand, pinky is your bottom strand. So when I come around here, like your pinky or your index is over the steer's back, and then over the steer's like, so when I come down, I want to put my bottom strand on the ground. And when I mean on the ground, I'll show you right here. I want to come over here, and that wasn't a very good job, but you see, this is my bottom strand. This is my top strand. I put my top strand on his legs, and my bottom strand's on the ground. I want to put my bottom strand on the ground because that is like a brake. If I'm swinging really hard to get this stiff rope momentum and swinging hard, I want to put that top strand in his legs and the bottom strand on the ground. And when I put that bottom strand on the ground, that's kind of causing some friction, and just kind of like stopping the rope where I put it. I basically want to come around here, put my rope, and I want it to stop. I don't want it to stop and bounce. And when I mean bounce is just like a basketball, a rope can do the same thing. You can come around there. I kind of did it on purpose, but I come around there, the rope hit the ground and it moved a lot. I don't want my heel rope moving. I want to be able to come around there, and I want to put it, and I want it to stay. So back to the basics per se. Basically, you don't even have to walk there. Just get to the left-hand side of the dummy, bring your rope up, get some good momentum swinging your rope, and I split the leg again. But you can see where I put my top strand on that steer's hock, bottom strand on the ground. And when I'm looking at the dummy, some guys look, let's say this is a steer's tail head, as in tail head is the top of the steer's rear end. A lot of guys look at like this would be a hock. A lot of guys look at the left leg on the hock. I personally look at the left hock. That's just where I've been taught. It's treated me pretty good my whole life. I know a lot of guys that look at the tail head. When the steer's rear end is up, that means the steer's back legs are out of the ground. When his butt's down, that means he's in the ground. Up, out in the air. If his tail head's down, he's on the ground. And I want to throw my rope when the legs are coming back. So a steer hops. They hop their back feet together, like when they're like, just like when you're walking one leg at a time. We call that in team roping, we call it like they're shuffling their feet. Most of the time steers are going to be hopping together. They're going to have one foot or both feet kind of together. They might be off a little bit, but they're basically always together. So when I take this is why I have a stiff heel rope. So when I swing my rope, my loop stays open, and even if they are shuffling their feet, my loop's open, it hits the ground. Like a head rope, if I was heeling with a head rope, like a very soft rope, it would just like, I could still catch, I'm not saying I couldn't, but your rope's not going to be as open, it's not going to be as big, you're going to have to help it more. A stiffer the rope on the heel side is to more help you keep it open when you bring it to the ground, to keep it bigger, a gate per se, like bigger the loop, the more the gate.